Oh! It must be Sunday, everyone, because it is time for the Sunday Roast. Yes, hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome to another episode of the Sunday Roast with me. My name's Paddy, I direct stuff. And I ask you people to send me videos that you have directed or shot or videographed or cinematographed. And I will do my best to not call them steaming piles of shit, because that is ultimately what we all do. We all make largely terrible work. In the grand scheme of incredible work that there is in the world, you and I, most of us, we're never going to make anything that's like that profound. But we can try. It's fucking good to see all you people trying. So, let's get into it, and let's watch a few videos and see how they went. Video one, again. We're only going to watch one video, I'm afraid. We've got Imola Advertising, Dallin Sellers. As you can tell by my videos, love the shit out of you. Okay, thanks. Bye. Thanks, bye. Now, is that bye or is that bye from Northern Ireland? Let's download this and give it a watch. Not bad. I like it. Audi R8, you don't see too many of them knocking about these days. I said this before. I'll say it again. Where's the sound design, man? Where is the sound design? Where's the sound design? You got V10 engine sitting there screaming at you. Why are we not hearing that? It's all shaking around. The track's good. What track is that? I know what track it is, but I can't think. Great choice of track. Ambient, like, cinematic, very filmic track. I just want to hear a bit of a rumble. Other than that, I can't really fault it too much. Yeah, you put some sound design in there, but then not. This is the problem, especially with putting like a little bit of sound design, like a few whooshes and a few like, but then not doing the whole thing. Like you got to do from second one to the end, even if it's just ambient noises like wind and textures. Like this is my personal opinion, but I do kind of personally think it's kind of correct. Like, if you watch any film or any amazing commercial, like there is never a down moment of sound. It doesn't necessarily mean that like you're getting smashed in the face every second like I like to do in my edits, but it does mean that like you've got to have sound in like every single frame and second of these things you're making. You really do, unfortunately. So that's kind of what I would say. Like, I'm gonna turn the music off. Like, you found this is a nice location, it's cool. These shots, like, most of them are pretty nice. This is a nice shot. The little light sweep over the V10. Is that just your movement relative to the lights above you? I think it is. No one's there with a tube doing that. No, I think that's just the light above. But it's great. Some nice shots. Yeah, this is cool. Bringing the diopter in front of the lens. Freaking it out a bit. I like it. Didn't like the end plate with the little, like... Also, that click doesn't make any sense. Maybe you're trying to put it on the... Maybe the click is meant to be for that frame there, but you're too late if that's the case. But no, all in all, not bad, man. Just get some sound design into it. I want to hear that V10 engine. Edward Unruh.de. Guten Abend, Edward. Hey, Paddy, love your recent work. Would also love to see this trials video I did to get roasted. No holding back. I'll come up with questions once you've shattered my confidence. Oh, I love it, Edward. I love it. Let's see how we get on here. Bit of trials. It's hard to fuck up trials. Like, you can't shoot trials badly. It's an incredible sport. So let's see. produced by Event Lighting. Yanis. Well done, Yanis. There's good lighting there, because we could see everything. Right, how do I say this sort of quickly? I think the start's really quite good. I'd take that lighting out. You haven't done that very well. The sound effect would be enough and just a flash. And we see it's raining, so like... that lightning looks tacky. You just haven't quite nailed the integration of that. But there's also there's no flash. It's too... I feel like there should be a bigger flash. Anyway, I would just sack off the lightning, first thing. Then... This is great. That breath bit of sound design in there is sits very nicely. You haven't overdone that. I don't know. I think you already lose it though. It could be really cool. Get the clapping out there. F them. Don't need them in there. And then I think these don't feel in keeping with the vibe you've started to build. The crash zoom outs. And there's also no real sound design on them, so it's just a little bit jarring. I would say, I think less is more. Simple is better in this scenario. Just stay on more stuff like this. Like it's raining, there's steam coming off his head. Like you could even just hold on that shot for longer. And then if you've got more like that, and this is where it comes down to on the actual shooting of it, you need to have in your mind that vibe that you've started there. That's, especially if I go to events, I don't really do events anymore. And this is going to be my next point. And my kind of only other point I want to talk about with you, Edward, on this one. If you're going to events, you've got to have a very good idea of what you want to do in it. Because events are there's so much going on. You're shooting so many riders here. There's so much action. You could just infinitely shoot this kind of thing. But if you've got no real idea of what you want to turn it into, it's almost it becomes pointless shooting that amount of coverage. You need to have a more sort of narrow idea of what you want to do. That's how, if you're in an event shooting world, if that's where you currently are in your career, and you're just you're going to races and you're going to nightclubs, or whatever it is, event stuff where there is something happening and you are covering it, rather than you're developing a story from scratch with talent somewhere out in the world. If you're just there to cover an event, what you want to be doing is starting to think about how do you actually build a bit of a vibe and structure how you're going to shoot this event, and then how you're going to pull it all together. I thought this feels too long. And then he just goes, you've got an opportunity there to be you got the scratch audio of the, get set. And you're getting this if you're going to bring this clock ticking thing, it's that should be a ramp up to whoop, and then we're in the action. It's kind of not, it's just we've got a riser going. And then we're just kind of off. We're sort of it's just not a great shot really anymore. So I would maybe rethink. And then we you got this new track comes in. It's just a bit the vibe is then totally different. And I think this is what I was thinking with you, because there's some really good shots in here, man. That shot, sick. It's there are some really good shots in here, but it just all becomes a bit montagey. And I think you need to get yourself into a world of... I think anything over 30 seconds of an event is totally pointless. I think if you're going to go into that sort of world, into the slightly longer video world, I think there's got to be more of a reason for us being there. If this was a 30-second video of just all these banging shots of trials, I'd be happy. I'd be like, yeah, sweet, that was cool. I enjoyed that. That did its job. But we stretch it to 1 minute 22, and it's largely a lot of the same stuff. And occasionally we get a cool shot, but it just doesn't... There's no... What I'd love for you to do is get into following one person on one of these evenings, doing a bit of voiceover, doing a bit of before, a bit of after, getting them talking about why they love riding trials, why trials are so hard, just answer loads of these whys, use the footage as your B-roll, and just tell a bit more of a story of one of these guys. Because at the moment it's too mishmashy, I'm afraid. But it's really good. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Some really good shots. You start building a good vibe. I think you sort of lose it a bit, then it gets a bit too montagey. But Edward, very good. Very good indeed. Colour was nice. All the technicalities are there. I think you got that, don't worry. Keep working on everything from an editing point of view, as always. We all should be. Yeah, in terms of just clarity. Want you to have some more clarity. What do you want to do at these things? Cool. Right, moving on. Yan. Oh, it's a Q&A. I don't know what to do here. Oh, and please roast my video. All right. Hey, Paddy, my question is, how long have you been editing on DaVinci, and who are your biggest inspirations when it comes to filmmaking, or especially editing? How long have I been editing on DaVinci? Oh, probably like 4 years, 5 years. I've been editing in general for like, to a professional level, like 7 years maybe. Probably been my job for about 7 years. Probably not even that long. Probably 5 years. 5 years, like, doing kind of okay, and I can call it a bit of a job. Before then, it was just around, and I was getting some money, but it was, yeah, just messing about. Biggest inspirations when it comes to filmmaking, especially editing. At the moment, anything Stepped Studios put out. Shout out to Nick Martini and the gang. They are the daddy-os. Wes Walker, another unbelievable director who I'm chatting with a lot these days. Very cool getting to, like, meet awesome people from around the world. Casey Neistat, OG, from back in the day. That's how I started all of this, basically. Just watching him and being like, that's cool. That guy lives a cool life and just gets outside and makes videos. At the moment, Ben Lalonde is an incredible shooting director. Lucas Tilker on the car side, unbelievably good. There's probably a few. Go look those people up. They're all unbelievable. Also, roast my video. I learned the Kinect editing sessions from your videos and I try to apply it on this one as a little intro. Have fun. All right, Jan, let's go. What are you doing? You're taking me to WeTransfer. That's okay. I bet this will be expired as well. Dude. Oh, Jan. No. Come on, Yanny boy. Jan, mate. Link's expired. Send a non-expiring link and we'll try get to it soon. These are from early October, so sorry these are taking so long to do. Sandy Niven. Just brought a proper camera. I was using a GoPro before. Nice. That's how I started, with a GoPro. And this is the first video I've made with it. Roast it all you like. Oh, Instagram means I can't pause it or scrub. I can pause it, can't scrub back and forth through it though. Subscribe. All right. First of all, everything's pretty good. It was actually like in a pretty good place. Not actually gonna say too much. Get the rock throw video out of there, dude. such yeah, fucking, I'm gonna spin a rock into the water. Everything else is really cool, and then you make that guy unfortunately look a bit of a silly Billy. It's just a bit of a like nothing shot. So yeah, take the rock spinning shot out there first. I think the track's actually really good. The music is good, but it doesn't feel like it quite matches the vibe. I think if you were slowing everything down and you were shooting like slow moments of them starting their jumps and like try and get in the water as well. Get yourself a water housing and get down in the water because I think that would be sick. Now I know water housing is expensive, especially for mirrorless cameras and things. But like, get the GoPro footage of that guy down there. Get amongst those bubbles. Get some textural stuff. This felt like that track is making the vibe of the edit. If I close my eyes, I felt like I should have been seeing textural stuff and slower things. But it feels a bit like it should be, a bit more high energy. The footage is high energy. It's cut in quite a high energy way, but the music does not match that. So I think we need to change that. That's a cool shot. You could have done something cool there. I think you could have opened the whole thing with that. There was something there. I don't know what it was. I don't have enough time to properly dissect it, but like there was something in that shot to open the whole thing. I think the crowd cheering's a bit meh. Yeah, it's just like it's a bit of a mishmash of vibes. I'm not quite sure where we're trying to go with it, but we're on Instagram, so I can't subscribe to you. That was a bit silly, wasn't it? But hey, like, not bad overall, Sandy. Sandy Neven. Were you Irish? It said, a wee day, good wee day out. Good wee day out there with Sandy Neven. Right, Cameron Venti, last one of the day. Here we go. Please roast the following video. If you decide to roast that video, please alert me via carrier pigeon. I like it, Venti. Oh no, Venti Views. Cameron Venti. I like the chat. Move Lab in 3, 2, 1. I also have to do this, for God's sake. Cool, man. It's me, isn't it? you are doing a paddy, but also the like. I think those initial sound hits don't quite. That is the Oculus. So that is an Oculus Sounds a pack if ever I did hear one. So good job for doing that. Yeah, I mean it's good, man. Grades cool. I mean, like, it's. I'm glad you didn't totally, rip my sound design and one of the tracks I use, like lots of other fucking people on the internet do. But yeah, I mean, this is my sort of vibe, so obviously I like it. I think the in between bits you could get them to be a bit more. They maybe you think the same thing about my like wipe cuts, but they're a bit too just like too crazy. Like I'd like to see this guy. I'd like to see this close up going with a bit of wobble to it and a bit of. They're too just like whip pan-y. Which is good. You should do some whip pans. Get some details in there as well. You'd be amazed what your eyes can pick up in 1, 2, 3 frames. Of like this. Like get in there with a diopter. Get. I want to see this guy's eye. I want to see that mask on his face super close up. I spotted this. Been trying to figure out how to recreate this. Insane. If you're ever in LA, hit me up and I'll give you a crash course. Or Venti, you could just point him to one of my videos. Or you could claim it for yourself. Whatever you want to do, Venti. You dirty bitch. Cool. Well, I think here ends it for this week's Sunday Roast. Very enjoyable, as always. Some good stuff in there. If you would like to submit a video for the Sunday Roast, you can fuck off, because I'm not doing that yet, because as you can see, there's still so many to be getting through. We've still got a full page of stuff to do here. So for now, you can all take care. Have a lovely Sunday with your friends and family. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.